Hi, if you're a Gemini born May 21st to June 20th, what can you expect for the month of June 2016? Let's tune in and find out. Okay, so right away, Gemini, it opens up to, it feels like this is a month where you're going to be dealing with your own stuff, right? So, and that feels like it can be a little bit confusing, a little bit frustrating, trying to kind of like get that monkey off your back, or trying to figure out what it is that you want or how to satisfy the people around you. So there may be this connection around confusion and around what other people want, what they're suggesting, how to help them. And then as soon as you get that figured out, it'll flip, it'll change. They'll change their mind, that doesn't work. So it's almost like the universe is acting a little bit like a Gemini, always changing their mind, always kind of moving around. So there's just this big confusion, kind of this overlay of confusion that's going to be happening for the month of June. But it's not a heavy thing. It's not like it doesn't feel painful. It feels more just like, what was that kind of energy, right? So the good news is it feels very light. So that's always a positive thing. But I think, a lot of that has to do with who you are, which is a Gemini. So let's look specifically into your relationships. Let's beginning this month. For those of you who are married and in a committed relationship, romantic relationship is what we're looking at. Let's start with that and see what the month of June has in store for you. Well, there's going to be varying opinions and confusion around, again, just like kind of like the dynamics of the household, what you want, what your partner wants, what the direction. I feel like there's a little bit of trying things different ways that might happen for you all. Also feels like there's a positive energy in terms of lightheartedness, having fun, having lots of heart energy, lots of opportunities to be able to see the other person's perspective, or at least a willingness to see the other person's perspective. So that's really good. Now we also have, with that energy, an opportunity for you to speak up, because I'm getting all this stuff in my throat. So I feel like you may have a chance to get some things off your chest, be a little more focused about what your needs are, what it is you want, and trying to make the relationship move forward. So this feels like a good thing. And if you're in a new relationship, this is also going to be able to expand your ability to say what it is that you need, and to be able to see if that person is on board with meeting those needs, right? Or if they're even capable of doing that. So a lot of information coming in. We also have the new moon in Gemini, June 4th, June 5th, and that's always an opportunity to plant new seeds and to be able to have your ideas put out there and fleshed out. So communication, there may be a little bit of they're showing me like a little bit of a Fritz kind of energy going on with communication again. So you may have some things that just aren't landing, like you're saying it one way and they're like, what are you talking about? So we have this month going on moving forward, and some of you I think are already experiencing this kind of crazy communication. So that may extend into the month of June. But again, it feels very lighthearted, and it feels like something you're just supposed to like let it roll off your shoulders, let it roll off of your back, not have it make a big deal for you, okay? So let's look at your career and money. Oh wait, I want to being stopped and asked to go back for those of you that are looking for love, if there's an opportunity in June, when that might be. Actually, I'm being shown the whole month. Because there's a lot of opportunity to have your heart open this month, that you can pretty much find love anywhere you're willing to try it on and to see what it looks like. And you're being asked to not be committed to anything. In other words, don't have it in your idea about how it's supposed to look, or geez, that isn't how I experienced love last time, or you look nothing like what I'm usually attracted to. Like, let go of all that kind of stuff and really lead with your heart. In doing that, you're going to find more interesting, a deeper connection with someone if you want it. And also there is a little confusion around Neptune, and what they're into some shenanigans is the word that's coming up this month, with erasing some boundaries. So be very careful that you don't put yourself in a romantic relationship, or actually any situation that you wouldn't normally put yourself into. So in other words, if you're not somebody who would, date somebody who's already committed, or somebody who's already married, then don't do that, right? If you find out this person is committed, then Neptune can somehow go, it's really not that big a deal, it's really not that big a deal. It's just once or whatever it is, right? Just know that's up to some mischief for you, because then we have, at the same time, we have Saturn, the taskmaster, saying, no, do what you need to do. So some of you may be having some conflict in terms of anywhere in your life, right? This could be applied to any place in your life, but we're talking specifically about romance. So in that regard, you just want to be aware of what you're attracting. Okay, so you always, and if something comes up and it doesn't feel good to you, just let it go. Just go, you know what, it really doesn't work for me, didn't work for me 6 months ago, it's not going to work for me now. So just kind of stay true to yourself. This is a really perfect time to really tap into your intuition and to really listen to your gut instincts about who's good for you. No matter what the words are saying, no matter what they're saying to you, listen with your body. If your body's telling you, get the hell out of here, leave. If the body's, if your instinct is saying, you know what, let's take it day by day, let's see, then do it, okay? So you want to really listen to that instinct, and you want to make sure that it's not coming from ego, or you want to make sure it's not coming from your wants and desires. And one of the ways that we can do that is you kind of like let go and just really ask to be shown, what should I be doing here? What's the direction I should go? And really trust your instincts about what comes up after that. Okay, so let's move into your career and money, okay? So around June 10th, there's some really good opportunities for you to kind of hitch yourself to a star, as they say, hook yourself up to a star. That can be really good. It might be some really big kind of crazy energy at first. So you may get a job interview that is just, doesn't go the way you expected it to go, or it's just overwhelming. But just hang in there with it, right? Especially if you're tying yourself to a bigger opportunity, there's always a little mayhem before it sort of settles down. So if you're moving in direction of something new for your career, you just kind of go with the flow, right? However it looks, just kind of go with it. Don't make it mean anything. Don't quit. Don't say, geez, I'm not going to go take that class now because the instructor's an idiot. No, if you signed up for it and you registered, just hang in there with it. Things are going to settle down in July and August, and so it's just June, right? And so if you've got some new summer class that you're taking, or something that you're doing on the side, or a new job that you started and your coworker's a little wacko, just mark it up to the month of June. Okay, don't quit, don't complain, just keep moving forward, because it's really going to help give you a stronger foundation for yourself in helping you move forward and doing the things that you need to do, really kind of keeping your nose to the grindstone and making sure that you're crossing the T's, dotting the I's, and getting things done, right? And at the same time, you can be a little carefree about it, just be a little flippant about it. It's like, oh, whatever, that's just them, okay? And it could be that it's just you. So, whichever way you want to look at it. So you just want to just relax, kind of go with the flow. That's the whole theme for this month. Relax, go with the flow. Don't let anything kind of really trip you up from your focus, from your career, where you're going, what you want to do, because the universe is going to actually get you there, okay? But you have to be willing to kind of like glide through this stuff. Let's look at your money. Money feels good. There may be some of you who the bottom has fallen out just recently, like all of a sudden maybe you quit your job, or suddenly, the bank did something with your check and they're holding it, and you're, robbing Peter to pay Paul. If you're stuck in one of those little things, you want to just kind of let go, have some breathing room around it, and do what you need to do. Pick up the phone, call somebody, ask for a loan. You have resources. If you stop and if you're somebody who's sitting there going, I have no resources, I have no resources, I have no resources, then you know what? You're right. Because our mind kind of projects our reality, our perceptions. It shapes our perceptions. So if that's you saying, I have no resources, I invite you to say, I don't see any resources, but what if I did? What if I actually saw resources? What if I actually saw that I have money, or that there is something I can sell, or that there's somebody that I can call, or that will loan me it? Who would that be? put them across my path, right? So when we adjust things and we change our perception, we can get the answers we're looking for. That's the kind of intuitive month this is going to be for you guys. And if you do that, you're going to see money coming in, you're going to see more prosperity, you're going to feel lighter and happier. And there may be even some of you that get some bonuses and some opportunities even to go on trips that you haven't paid for, right? So there may be some of you, and that could even come from a family member who's saying, hey, come with me, I'm buying your way, or a new girlfriend, or just a buddy or a pal that says, hey, come with me, and it's all expenses paid. So there's this opportunity for you guys to be able to receive. So your job is to say yes and go and have fun. All right, so let's see about your health. So it feels like a lot of you have a lot of work going on, like really pressure work and or family dynamics. Like all of a sudden I've got this all anxiety. So maybe you're dealing with substance abuse, maybe you're dealing with emotional trauma, a family member or yourself, or somebody that you love is dealing with some substance issues, and I can feel my heart closing around that, or emotional issues. You want to just kind of relax and let go, and don't let it affect your own health. So make sure that you're doing what you need to do for you. So if that means that you are a runner every day and you need to run, or you need to exercise, make sure that you're carving out that time in your day to do that, because that keeps your channel clear, it keeps you emotionally free, it helps to release the stress, so you can actually be there for that other person that you're worried about or you're concerned about. And if it's you, that's just going to keep your spirits up and your ability to be able to receive more information for yourself. So stay on top of your own health. Some of you definitely need to drink more water. I feel dehydrated in your energy, and also need to kind of let go of the pain around the neck and the shoulders, and that's just from carrying extra responsibility. And then the other thing that's going out for me is like, I just want to itch everywhere. So you may be having an allergic reaction to something. The skin, our largest organ on our body, right? It can be about embarrassment. It can be about shame. It can be about our own shame. So we can have breakouts, we can have hives, we can have all these things that we're not getting off our chest, that we're not saying, right? So if that's something that's going on for you, you want to look and see, what is it I'm not saying? Because when we express these emotions that are hidden, the physical symptom can be released, all right? And there's a good opportunity this month, especially the second half of the month, for any sort of mystery things that you have going on to be cleared up, and that you're going to be able to see whatever that is. All right, so just look, the second half of the month, if you've got something that's going wacky with your health, you're going to be able to see that. All right, and let's see if there's anything unexpected for you for the month. Some of you are going to have to move unexpectedly, like you thought everything was cool, and then all of a sudden it's not cool. So you may find that all of a sudden somebody says, hey, you're in my space, I need more space. Or all of a sudden you may be in a roommate situation where the roommate says, I'm buying the condo, I need you to leave. Or you may get a landlord that picks up the phone and says, hey, I'm selling the property, want you out. Right? So, or all of a sudden you've been somebody who's been living in a house, you haven't been paying the mortgage, and all of a sudden the bank and everybody comes together, and you thought you had 3 more months, and now they're saying, you know what, we got the property sold, you need to be out in 2 weeks. So for some of you, there's going to be this big thrust. It could even be on a positive, right? You could get that overseas job, or you could get that job in another location that forces you to pick up and move. So there's good reasons why we have to move, or you get the phone call that you got the gig, right? So this doesn't have to be always painful. It can be good things. So for some of you, there may be an unexpected move in your future in this week. It could also come through your spouse or through your significant other that you're being asked to move. So just being aware, just have that in the back of your mind that there may be that. It could also be that it is something that's already planned. You are selling your house, and yes, you are moving, right? So this doesn't have to always be unexpected, but this is what's coming up. All right, Geminis, you have an amazing month. It's a really empowering month. There is a full moon on June 20th, and that's the second full moon in Sagittarius. So for you, it's going to really help to really open yourself up and to really expand your ideas, expand what you want to do in the world, who you want to be. It's going to make you more thoughtful, more connected to that desire. And at the same time, it's going to help you expand in different ways that you haven't thought of before. So you may get some new ideas about the way that you want to move forward in the future that you didn't have previously. And of course, we also know on June 20th is our first day of summer here in the Northern Hemisphere, and also the longest day of the year. And of course, for the exact opposite in the Southern Hemisphere, it's the first day of winter and the shortest day. So June 20th has a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy on that day. So just be aware around that time that there's just this bright energy that you can partake in. And the full moon is the culmination of everything coming in, right? So there can be this really good success that's available for you that comes in. And then last but not least, at the end of the month, on June 29th, Mars goes direct. And Mars is the planet of action, and it helps to move us forward. It helps, it's like the universe having the wind at your back and moving you forward. So you're going to start to see some things that maybe haven't happened as quickly as you wanted them to all of a sudden take off. So, yeah, and I shouldn't say all of a sudden take off, because they've been like meaning to take off, right? And then it does get Mars a little time to kind of wind up and get moving. But certainly within the next month, by the end of July, early August, you're going to really start to see that stream open up more to whatever it is you're wanting to accomplish. All right, Geminis, have an amazing month. Happy birthday to you all. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month. And if you like my intuitive astrology star signs, please share it with your friends and click like. And I appreciate it. And I look forward to connecting with you again.